Who have we got? Oh, we've got some people waiting. That's good. Hello. Good morning. I'm Clarice Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Happy today. How are you all? You all good? Happy people? Shiny happy people? My eyebrows are more matching now. They were really odd before. I was about to set off on this show journey, and I look at myself in the thing, and I'm like, no, my eyebrows are just too different. Let's get some cards out for the collective. So, yeah, I'm going to do some channeling for the collective, and also do mini reads as well. If anyone wants a mini read, you can check that pinned comment in the live chat there, and that will tell you how to get one. If you've got a question for your higher self, or if you want some information or some guidance about something, you can do that. Hey Chris, how are you? You can do that, but in the meantime, I'm going to get some cards out for the collective. Watch and listen carefully. You see, it's the same card as we had in the energy update, and I've made a lot of videos since then. Watch and listen carefully. This today in the energy update, it was about us. A change in circumstances making us feel a certain way, right? So this is just an example. Say you're in a new relationship and then you don't get to see them that day, and you start tripping out about jealousy or like they don't love me or something like that. You start tripping out. That's what it was about in the energy update today, as in watch and listen carefully to what's going on inside of yourself today. Challenging few weeks, yeah. Hey Mandy, hey Melissa. Yeah. So pay attention. So changing circumstances can reveal something that's in some insecurity that's inside of us. Start tripping out. We've got to pay close attention to what's going on in our emotional state and in our minds, right? That's the warning today. Oh no. Hey Tara, you check out that pinned comment, the comment that's at the top of the live chat, and that tells you how to get one of the personal reads. Nothing private about it being all over YouTube, is there? Hey, so, hey Christine. Let's get some more cards out. So we've got to pay attention. Apparently, something's going on. Something went on for me yesterday. Well, I've got a lot going on at the moment, you know. Something really exciting. I went training twice yesterday. That wasn't it though. It was in the afternoon when I went training. There was only one girl there, and then there was me. I showed up. She was just about finishing anyway. She'd trained early. But nevertheless, my trainer, he called certain Mr. Handsome saying, come now. I'm like, why? He only usually calls him up if there's an overflow, you know, if there's too many people, then he'll call him. He's like, come now, okay. And so he did, and he came and he trained me. His best friend went past while we were training, had something to say about it. And afterward, I left. He was training someone else, and I left. And I needed to go to the supermarket to get some money out because my fridge might be arriving today, probably tomorrow then. And I've got it pay on delivery. And I needed to get some milk. So I went up to the supermarket, which is past his place. Now, his place, there's a restaurant. And as I was riding past this time, I don't usually look in. Sometimes I do. But as I was riding past, I looked in. And that's who I presume is his sister. I've met her before. She's there in the restaurant, in the kitchen bit, and no one else is there. And the rest of the family are behind. There's this big table behind. I know, because I went with them one time and sorted out a cake for my friend. And they gave me, you know, got candles and all kinds of stuff. And we were setting it up there, and they were helping me do that and finding a lighter for me and stuff. Well, when I rode past, she saw me. I smiled at her. She smiled at me. And then she had something to say about me to the rest of the family. Ah, so he's talked about me to them. Hi, Maria. Hi, Beth. You met a cowboy? Woo! Yeah. Has he got horses? Oh, cool. That's exciting. He didn't finally ask me out. He's taking it really slowly, and he'd better. He'd better. It's good, you know, because he's showing great respect. Great respect. It has to be that way. Told you, I need this to build slowly. I need, before he asks me on a date, I need this to build up. Just to be sure of myself. So. But I thought that very interesting. But the family were like, Yeah, I remember that date too. Or that evening when I was sorting out that cake. They were lovely. But it was Thai people. That's exciting. He team ropes, works at a family ranch and breaks and finishes young horses. Cool. He's cute. I know he's cute. He's so handsome. Damn. I've got a guardian here. He's protective too. That's something else as well. Remember, we kept on getting that in here. We kept on getting that. Was it the King of Pentacles card? And it kept on saying caring, but in a really solid way, and they'll protect you. Not overly barring, not being overly smushy. I am a little bit more than a little bit smitten. I've always liked him, hey, but he's just never made a serious move toward me. He did ask me out one time, and no, you can't just meet me and then ask me out like that. That's just not on. That's player moves, no. So I said yeah. I didn't say no though. I said yes, and then I didn't go. It wasn't like a date. It was like, come to my restaurant sometime. Okay, and I didn't. Haven't been back there because no, just because no. Got to do it like this, you see. Like this, training with me every day and showing up and getting to know me properly, not just like, I like the look of you. That's what I think anyway. So Guardian, meet Lavandrel. She stands sentinel, a gentle yet protective force. She can help you guard your mind against negativity, defeatism and delusion. A lot of that about at the moment. She's a shield that only allows the words and actions of people with compassionate intentions to reach the depths of your being. She keeps your true self safe as you journey into the depths, seeking understanding and healing. She is a master space holder. Lavandra will hold your hand in her paw as you cry, as you dance wildly, as you merge with the all, as you dissolve and evolve. Hey, Indira, thank you. My house good today. You'd be living vicariously through our love lives, Chris. And maybe, I don't know, moving on from the Dan man, or I don't know, there might be something happening from there. What else can I tell you? I don't know. Oh, somebody's donated. Thank you. Hang on. Let me see who it is. Maria, thank you. High self guidance for you. Did everyone watch the pick a card read, the blind spot one? Not many people got the deeper dive, which I was surprised at this time because, yeah, I thought they would have, connected with. I guess I don't know. It might just be a little bit deep. They were very powerful, and so maybe not everyone's kind of ready for that depth. But I hope that that's the kind of person that I'm attracting. Those that are ready for that kind of depth of work and stuff. Hey Samantha, where in Australia are you? I still live in Byron Bay, and then Gold Coast, and then on a yacht, and then Magnetic Island, and then Port Douglas. I don't know, Melissa. I haven't tested it. It stresses me out when I test it. I'm taking medication. Haven't tested it. I'm feeling good. I will test it soon. We'll see. It was, it was too much of a stressor testing it, so I stopped. Negative. I mean, it sends your blood pressure up being stressed, so get off that cycle. Anyway, Maria, be artistic and love. Oh, be creative with it. This is your love life. Be creative with it. What does that mean? It means like get yourself to the places where you love doing things. Get creative with it. Get off the dating sites. Get creative with it. Does that mean like go to a class or something? You know that whole it was something that was said when I used to live in the UK. Go to a pottery class, as if everyone wants to meet someone that's interested in pottery. But it's something like that. Do something creative. Get yourself out there. Find someone that way. Forgive them and gentle okayness, right? This is the others. This is the dating site thing. Be okay about it. Like I said, on dating sites or anything like that, you're getting the people that are seeking, that are looking, that have got a hole inside of themselves. You need to go to the places where people haven't got holes inside of themselves, where they're full, so they're doing normal stuff, life stuff, you know. So yeah, forgive, let them go. Forgive them. Be gentle okayness about where people are at that are seeking in those kind of places, you know. Chicken's not very well. Chicken's at hospital right now. She came back, you know, and then she got better, and then she got sick again. She actually, you'll see in the upcoming dailies that I recorded, she decided to start being sick again in one of the dailies, and she went behind me and she started doing that thing, and then, which was nice. No, so I had to start. Well, I finished the reading with her like spewing up right there. Finished the reading and then sorted her out, and then I set up this group chat between me and the couple that lived there and the owners, and saying we need to sort this out because she's getting better and then she's getting sick again. So there's something that she's eating now. In her vomit there was grass, there was these brightly coloured cat biscuits, which I don't give her. My cat biscuits are all like reddy browny colour, all the same colour. And so I'm like, this is what came out. I don't know whether it's this food that's made her sick or what, but we all need to like get together and like figure this thing out. Something is making her sick. And so, and I've said like she drinks from the, there's like an urn with water that flows over the top of it. She drinks from that. And so if one of the staff has put some chemical in there to keep it clean, it could be that. But something is making her sick again. Anyway, so now the vet's on it. The vet has kept her for 2 days now, waiting for her to be sick again. And now if she doesn't get sick at the vet's, then we know it's something around here. It's something that one of us is feeling. So I figured if I throw my food away, if Kat, my neighbour's called Kat, if she throws the food away too, they've said, like, don't feed her when she comes back. We'll feed her, the owners, with wet food, and we'll start there, like reintroducing the food slowly, and so that we know what it is. So, what's causing it? Who knows, Mandy? Dating sites are total weirdos. They are. And we know ourselves, don't we? Well, I guess once you're in a healthy position, you know yourself. Like when I was on Tinder, I wasn't in a healthy place. Years ago, I went on this, what was it? It was like, eHarmony, I think it was called. I went on that. I was definitely not in a healthy place when I was in that. You know, less more, less is more, and there's more. Armidale, there you go. Close to each other. Armidale. I got one of my cats from Armidale. There's there's one of the vet rescue things. Cat rescue, animal rescue places. It's the only time I've been to Armidale. You're welcome, Maria. We've got a lot of love coming up this next week. The dailies are just going on and on and on about it. Really started to apologize for it because it was really, you know, like really intense. Like in the all of it was just going on about romance, not even just the romantic section of the readings or the dailies. So yeah, chicken's a worry, but at least the vet's on it, and at least we know she can recover momentarily anyway. You know, she drinks from the pool as well. I've not seen her drinking from the pool for a while, but she's an idiot. Idiot cat for what she drinks, you know. Seriously, Chris, I have a friend that goes on 2 to 3 dates a week with different men on dating sites. I couldn't do that. What a waste of time. I just couldn't be bothered with that. Rose Garden and a change of seasons. Oh, change of seasons. Let's read that one. It's a change of seasons. The Rose Garden keeps on coming out. As a reminder, the Rose Garden is about sensitivity, awareness of nature, and all of that. Change of seasons, though, is can't do blind dates. Oh no, I wouldn't do blind dates either. Change of seasons. Transformations, life's ups and downs, and development. In the center of this card stands a woman surrounded by blowing leaves, flowers, and snowflakes. As the wind blows them swirling up to her, she raises an arm in protection or welcome. Oh, there's that protection again. We're not sure. This card reminds us that seasons change just as we do. Nothing is ever still, not a river, not even a mighty oak, and certainly not us. We're in a constant state of transformation, even when we feel overwhelmed. If we can just quietly be, we'll be moving in spite of ourselves. When life whirls around us, let the certainty of the life cycle of seasons be a grounding force. Do you protect yourself or not? Standing sentinel. My cat's name's Chicken. She's a chicken cat. Her real name's Tiki. Call it Chicken. I went to immigration yesterday. We've got a new immigration here at the police station right on the south of the island. And I needed to do, every 90 days when you're on a long visa, you need to report in to say your address. And they kind of extend it for another 30 days. Well, now I can do it myself. I always used to give my passport and stuff for someone else to do it for me. Just a travel agent thing. An agent, yeah, they'd do it for me and I'd pay £1,000 for that privilege. But now, then he opened, this time, they've opened an immigration on the island. I'm like, I'm going to do it myself. So I went, and I've been told that they're very nice. And I went, oh, this is doggy. And they, it's the first time I've been in that building. I went and talked to them about it. They're just learning because the place has just opened. Obviously, new staff and stuff from the mainland, where they didn't know much about the island. So, did the form and stuff, and he said you need a copy of this page and this page in your passport. I'm like, okay. And there's like a supermarket down the road, so I jumped on my bike, and because it was coming up to midday, and they've got a lunch break midday to 1, and so I've sped. It was like 15 minutes to midday. Sped to that supermarket, got behind the counter with them to do the photocopying, give them the £10, and then went back, and it was like 5 to 12. And yeah, they managed to process it in time. Ate until the lunchtime a little bit, but they didn't mind. But they wanted to talk to me. One of them, he's like, well, how long have you been here for? I said, 5 years. Said, oh, where were you before that? Australia. What'd you do? Said, well, I've got an online business in Australia, but I'm retiring. This visa is like the one before my retirement visa. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, to the guy, yeah, you can proceed with this. Very nice. Melissa, if a guy wants to see me, you better step up and do it right, or else I will. Exactly. And this is what I'm letting Mr. Hanson do. And, it's his house, his side of it as well. He's got to be certain too, especially because we live on a small island. And especially like me and him, it's not like it's someone from that's not entrenched in all of our friends kind of thing. I mean, I could, if it was someone that I'd not met before that doesn't know my friends and stuff, it would be a miracle, but they wouldn't be right for me. But yeah, you just, like I said, if you want, he wouldn't be playing me. It wouldn't be that stupid to do that. No one would be, right? So yeah, and I'm sure it's the same for him too. Your cat's name's Chicken. My cat's name's Chicken. You couldn't get past texting. Oh, you've got to get through some. Yeah, they're idiots. So many idiots out there. And what is the thing with dick pics? Like, why? Why do you think that that's a good idea? Why do you think that I want to see that? Oh no. Hi, Seagulls. So yeah, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm really interested in seeing what Mr. Handsome has been through lately in his relationships, because this island, you know, it can be tricky. So many players. We've got the muses here saying inspiration. And Lakshmi, abundance. Oh, we haven't seen her for a while. Inspiration and abundance. It's not easy to do a breakup in a small community, I know. And like a mutual friend of ours that I was with at the time when he asked me out, yeah, it's hard, it's tricky, and you have to do it properly. And so what I did when I broke up with him was I took a month out of training, which killed me. But I had to separate until I felt straight enough to go back as a friend and then sort that out. When I went back as a friend, he got all excited, and it's like, no, I'm not coming back like that. And yeah, he settled down, and yeah, now we're just friends. So yeah, you've got to sort it out. And it's not very pretty either, is it, Melissa? It's not like, yeah. Anyway, the muses. I want to read the muses out. Lakshmi, I'll read them both out. The muses. Is it under M or is it under T? It's under M. The muses says, start looking around for inspiration from unusual places. The Greek muses are planting sparks all around you. You just have to open your eyes to find them. So we've got that watch and listen carefully as well, right? So it's not just listening to ourselves, it is also the signs, synchronicities, stuff like that. And Lakshmi, abundance. Goddess of fortune and prosperity, Lakshmi brings a bounty of rewards for great work. She especially favors people who have perseverance and put in the hard work. So make sure you're putting in the time. Abundance is coming very soon. Yeah, for him too. He's putting in the hard work. It's good. He needs to. I've already done that one. Okay, let's do some tarot for the collective. I've been watching a bit of that. I think I showed one of his videos in the Facebook group. I think I did. Some, I don't know, psychotherapist guy on YouTube that does role playing. Did I show one of those in the Psychic Cafe group on Facebook? I think I did. I've been watching a few of his videos. He's really good. Hey, it makes it so clear. He does role playing and he does like dysfunction first, like narcissist. One that I watched last night was a narcissistic mother and a disempowered son. And then he does another role play of a healthy mother and the son, same situation. Then he does a role play of the narcissistic mother and the empowered son. So it's really helpful because some of us haven't been in very many healthy situations. And just seeing him do the role play of the healthy one, but not just going, well, this is what, you can just wish for a healthy mum, even though you've not got one, you've got a narcissistic mum. But the last one is like, well, this is how to do it in the empowered way. This is how you say no. This is how you draw up boundaries in these situations. It's what my therapist did with me as well, my counselor. Check his channel out because it's fascinating. And that other channel too. There's another one that I've been looking at as well. And it's great because it's a lot of it is just reinforcing my approach now as the right approach. That slow approach, to this budding romance is the right way to do it. And even when I start wobbling on it, like, am I just making this up in my head and all of this? I start wobbling on it. I watch those videos and it's like, no, they're talking about the signs and stuff like that. And this is the healthy approach of doing it. It's like, yeah, no, I'm doing it right. I felt to do it this way, and now I'm having it confirmed by science, is what I'm saying in those videos. So it's good. Learning so much lately. Chris, thank you. Ooh. Will you ever be in a romantic relationship again? Sure you will. Let's find out. Will you? Yes. Green. Let's find out about that. It doesn't feel like it's soon though. Who am I? Perfect. Oh. Okay, so this to me is suggesting that this is your area of work, inner work, before you do get into that romantic relationship, meaning let go of the perfectionist thing. But who am I? This could be like choosing lesser partners or something like that to be in your safe place or to help people. It could be, what would the perfectionist do? Or just trying to impress people. There's an undercurrent of like authenticity in this. I think that's what it's saying. It's like you got to be more authentic first. So in other words, you just got to keep on following that path, because it's not like a few years ago I thought I was being completely inauthentic. I didn't feel like that at all. But now I can feel my authenticity way more. And I wasn't trying. I was just doing my usual learning and stuff like that too. So you might want to look at that perfectionist thing. Yeah, even when it's textbook, we still doubt ourselves. We do, because we've got an ego, right, there to protect us, so the doubts are going to come up. You've just got to know and feel those feelings and go, this is what's going on with me, and have it conscious, right? That's what we've got to do, because the feelings will come up. It's like somebody commented on YouTube, and I replied a long reply to them, longer than I usually do. Because it's really important that she gets this and other people seeing it do as well. She said, he's said repeatedly that he doesn't have feelings for me, but intuitively I know that that's not true. So I've been hanging on. Maybe it's time to let go. So my response was, there can be feelings. There can absolutely be feelings, yes. But feelings isn't everything. Someone needs to choose to be in a relationship, and he's not choosing to be in a relationship. Maybe he's miscommunicating it by saying, no, I don't have feelings for you. But what he's really saying is, I'm not choosing this relationship. And maybe it's because of her red flags. I didn't say this, but it could be, if you're of the mindset that I am using my intuition, they've got feelings, I know, and I'm going to hold on there. There's something wrong there, right? There is something wrong. That's a red flag in somebody. And so it could be because of that, probably because of something else completely. So it's like, it doesn't matter if there's feelings. You can intuitively know that, but you've got to take people on face value, because we don't have to choose it. I love my ex, but I'm not choosing them. I love a few of my exes, but I'm not choosing them. It took me a long time to let go of Mr. Last Year, really, and it's only really now that I am realizing that if he came back, I wouldn't choose him. I'd say no, because I had to not just get over those feelings. I haven't got over the feelings. The feelings are still there, but realizing each of the red flags and why I don't choose that relationship. We've got to do that. And just like I was saying last time, no, that's not really relevant. So yeah, even when it's textbook, those feelings are going to come up. The insecurities are going to come. The feelings are always going to be there, right? But we can't live our lives based on the feelings. It's going to go wrong if we do that. We're going to trip up. It's not the empowered way. We've got to use the mixture. Like the guides were saying a couple of weeks ago, you gotta choose with your heart and your mind. It's really important. And your mind. Yeah. Chris, find a new approach and brilliant. What would be brilliant for you? Not necessarily what we think, right? I know, I'm well aware that my next growth path, it was going to be around family, yeah? Because I've not been in a healthy family dynamic. I've not. And I want to learn that. And look at Mr. Handsome's family being all healthy and stuff. They all live together. They've got like a big thing of land, and they've all got their different houses, and they all live together. Who can do that? With smiles on their faces every day. Couldn't do that with my family. They've got something healthy going on. So maybe what would be brilliant for you, it's obviously requiring a new approach. So the way that you're approaching the whole thing isn't what's going to get you what would be best for you, Chris. What would that approach be? I don't know. It's going to be brilliant for you, though. I hadn't thought of that before, just now. Maybe him and his family have got that healthy thing. Practice on them. Of me being healthy in that situation. What have I done before? I've gone into unhealthy situations and then just started drinking to cope with it. That's what I've done before. Don't want to do that again. Drink isn't going to be a part of it this time. I'm going to make sure of that. I was 100 days sober the other day, a couple of days ago. 100 days. I guess it's 102 now. Coming up to 4 months. No. The ex keeps coming back after he ends it. Very confusing, yeah. You gotta stop that cycle, yeah. Samantha, you gotta say no. Cut it off. Do what's best for you and cut it off. Oh, it's just yeah, endless loop, endless loop. Exhausting. Yeah, we've all been there too. Absolutely. Yeah. Let's get some tarot out anyway. For the collective. I'll do these first. Thank you, Caroline. The Six of Birds. This is the card of getting ourselves out of choppy waters. Getting ourselves out of it. This is the card of protect yourself from those choppy waters. Why do you keep on getting back into it? Recognize the choppy waters. How is it that you keep on accepting the choppy waters? It's all of that. You've got to get yourself out, which means a lot of investigation. How am I even getting myself in these choppy waters in the first place? How was I getting myself in the choppy waters in the first place? I was so anxious and so scared of people that I was drinking to overcome that, to open up. And in the situations when I drink, I meet the wrong people and then let them in, because the alcohol helps me to ignore the red flags and the signs and the part of me that's going hell no, and get into a relationship with someone. That's what I was doing. I don't do that anymore. What were you doing? We've got to do that. We've got to know. We've got to like, how am I keep on getting myself into these choppy waters? Because it is something that we do. Because I don't know whether you saw. Did you see in our group on Facebook? Someone put a comment. I can't remember who it was now, but someone put a comment. None of you guys, I don't think, that they got scammed by like a Nigerian, and they were helping them out and giving them money and stuff, and they thought they were coming to stay with them. Now that was scary for me to read. It's like, oh, what? No, 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 no. And I put my advice out this morning. It's like, go and seek help, because there's all kinds of people, and that is just showing a blatant disregard for themselves to not protect themselves from someone like that. To even, I don't know, coming to stay. No, 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 no. Oh my God. Putting ourselves into dangerous situations. That's go straight to ER right now. Go and get a therapist. That's an extreme example of it, right? But even if we are putting ourselves into, we could be putting ourselves into dangerous narcissistic relationships. It could be extreme like that, abuse, or into relationships that just aren't good for us. You know, nothing real bad, but just aren't good for us. So, got to get ourselves out. Caroline. Thanks for your donation, Caroline. Anything. You want general guidance? Same, Melissa, same. I said that at the start of my comment. I'm presuming this is a joke, but if it's not a joke, it's either so starved of love that you would believe one of those Nigerian scammers is going to come and stay with you because you sent them money. Holy shit. Dodging the bullet that they don't. And that's born of what? Trauma. Being so starved of love that you would go there. Or it's trauma due to religion and believing that you need to help people when they ask for help, despite your own safety. It's either way, it's scary. It's like, go straight to the ER now, you need help from a therapist. Like, you're traumatized in some kind of way to even do that, because that is just blatant disregard for yourself, right? Because there's going to be all kinds of people, and we've got to protect ourselves. Yeah. Right, Caroline. Transformation and move away. Move away doesn't necessarily mean location change. It could be like moving away. It could be like just what we've been talking about, getting yourself out of Dodge, getting yourself out of choppy waters, getting out of a relationship, getting out of a workplace that's not good for you. Your transformation, you need to remove yourself from something before you can transform, which means, I don't know, it's like I couldn't heal myself until I'd removed myself from my toxic family. I just couldn't do it. You can't get yourself clean when you're still swimming in the mud. You got to get out of the mud and walk away, and then clean yourself off, and then not go back and get in the mud. I talk about that in one of my books. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's Beyond 2012. So you're getting stuck here, Caroline, by thinking that you can still be around those people or that thing or in that job or in that relationship and sort it out and sort yourself out. You can't. You can't. Your transformation will only happen when you move away from it. And so you'll know what it is for you. What else do you need to know, Caroline? Healing, yes, and you've got to feel it. Like I was just saying before, those feelings are going to come up. We can feel it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we still choose it. Those feelings are always going to come up. So you've got feelings, it seems, for someone or for some kind of a group or for some kind of a job. So there's something that is toxic, something that's unhealthy for you. You need to move out before you can heal yourself. And there's still going to be feelings there, and you've got to let that be okay. You've got to be okay with discomfort. It's always hard. It's always hard to remove yourself, but you have to. It's like, I don't know, it's like losing weight. It's hard to stop eating sugar, but you have to. There's discomfort involved. You can have cravings, but you have to. You have to give it up anyway. And so you've got to be prepared to face that discomfort and feel it and still choose what's best for you. Yeah. So your higher self is trying to get you out of a situation so that you can even start the healing, because you can't do it within that situation. So big. You realize that older people are not accustomed to being in certain situations, but it's talked about so much. Seems so I know to fall into the trap, which what makes me think that it's someone that is so starved of love that it's not even a breadcrumb, is it? It's not even a breadcrumb. It's like someone throws a knife at you and you go, "Oh, thank you for the knife." It's not even a breadcrumb. It's not even a little bit of a semblance of love. Not even a breadcrumb. That's like worse than a narcissist that will at least give you a bit of love. And they do. They give you a bit of love, a narcissist. So it's either that or it's that religious thing. People overriding it. Like I said the other day, that there was that story in one of my friend's books that is just so freaking dangerous. I should let him know. I should get in touch with him. So take that out of your book right now, because that is just so dangerous. The story of the nun who was getting into a car with someone that was going to rape and kill her. And she was, the story goes, she was just so sweet and innocent. She had faith and trust, and so it didn't happen to her. And that's the power of faith and trust. No, she just got really lucky. So sure, yes, maybe the angels were helping her there. And that's what the story was supposed to be about, right? But still, danger, danger, danger. The angels are going, and her higher self was going, don't do that. I'm going to have to save you again. I'm going to have to save you again because you're not protecting yourself, you know? Got to be careful. Got to have our heads switched on. Because there's always been people like that. There always will be people like that. Honestly, the majority of people aren't good people, and we can't go around pretending that they are. We can't. It's not healthy for us, and it stops us. It keeps us in the mud. It keeps us in those choppy waters. Those choppy waters. It keeps us in those choppy waters. What are we doing to keep ourselves in that choppy waters? Stuff like that. Stuff like that. Helping people. It's like, oh, but they need help. Oh, I've got empathy, but oh, I should help them. Not good for you. It's not good for you unless you're a professional. Are you a professional? Are they coming to you for professional help, or are they trying to get in a relationship with you? Trying to feed off you? We've got 3 of birds, yeah, heartbreak. Leading ourselves into heartbreak. How are we doing it? Setting ourselves up for it. This is the universe saying, wise up, suckers. You're setting yourself up for this. Taking on too much. The pelican. Taking on too much. Pelicans try and eat things that are bigger than they can manage. Taking on too much. Can't solve problems in Nigeria by helping a scammer. Helping a scammer scam. Taking on too much. Helping someone that's damaged and trying to have a relationship with them. Thinking that you can love them good. What else? Angel smoking cigarettes and carrying a 5th of whiskey. Yeah, always listen to your intuition and the gut feeling that something isn't right. Absolutely. We should listen to our feelings, right? But we shouldn't always act on them. The danger ones, yeah, absolutely. How many times do we override that and go, no, I can love them. I'll just stick them in now because I'm a good woman. Stop being a good woman. Stop taking on more than you can handle. Pelican. That's what I'm getting from the Pelican card. Oh, it's impossible. Like I wrote in one of my books, if you're like in the mud with people, you're struggling, you're all dirty, you're all damaged, it's very toxic, you're in the mud. You get out, you clean yourself up, and you're like, right, I'm sorted now, I can get back in the mud. I can go back to that family, I can go back to that toxic person, I can go back in that relationship, and I can do it this time because I'm clean. Get back in the mud with them. And then you're like, damn, I'm muddy again, once you realize. So you get out and you heal yourself again and you sort it out and you're like, I'm good now, I'm all clean now, I can get back in there and I can help them this time. But you get muddy again, and after a while you realize that you're muddy again. You can't do it. Nobody can do it. Nobody can do it. A professional might be able to stand at the side of the mud and say, hey, do you need some help there? This is how you can help yourself. This is how you can walk out of that mud. A professional can do that. But someone that keeps on getting in there is going to get muddy. You have to remove yourself from it. And it's hard. It's hard because the feelings will still be there. Hardest thing I ever did, especially the kids, my kids, hardest thing I ever did was removing myself from that toxic situation, but I had to. I had to for my own sake and for their sake too. Don't be a glutton for punishment, all right? Glutton for punishment, the pelican. Yeah, good for you, Christine. Jamie, thank you. Jamie's in the house. I've not seen you. We've been ignoring Jamie. No, she's not been chatting. You're working in the uni building on your own. Working floor 1 and 2 was okay. Couldn't I go up to level 3? I didn't feel, good for you. Yeah, listen to yourself. Same. When we feel worn out, listen to that too and don't do it. Don't do any more when we're worn out. How many times do we as women do that? Worn out, but we still stay on our feet, sorting everything out for everyone else. Got to not do that too. Could be keeping ourselves in troubled water by doing that. Maybe not going to training twice a day when your body doesn't feel up to it, but you still want to see your man. Oh well, got to put something into it. Guidance on your current unbalanced state. Oh, you're unbalanced. Jamie, thanks for your donation. Okay, Jamie's unbalanced. Oh, somebody's knocking you off your wobbles. Someone's wobbling you, right? Jealousy and overwhelming. So you're in a situation that is unbalancing you. Someone's knocking you off your perch. Jealousy here. It's overwhelming to you. It just feels like exactly what I've been talking about. 747. Okay, that's what it is. So you're in a situation that's got jealousy as part of it. Maybe you're leveling up. Because this could be like a friendship or family or something like that. Toxic element here. It's overwhelming to you to sort it out because you can't. And because it's theirs to sort out, right? It doesn't mean that you shouldn't up level and keep going. Let's find the advice for that then. Sister projecting junk. Yeah. Could be. Projecting the junk onto you. Yeah, people do that. I've noticed that too. People that are having relationship problems themselves or issues still themselves. When you're getting into something healthy, they're like, be careful. I know I'm doing it healthily. What are you talking about? It's that stuff. Have strength and courage and go for it. So yeah, this is about proceeding. Not letting them wobble you. Proceeding forward on your own path. You're leveling up, and it does, I've talked about it a lot. It makes people feel a rift. We're human beings. We like to be in alignment. We like to be around people that we've got things in common with. We like talking about those things and finding things out that we've got in common. We like matching energies. We don't like unlike energies. None of us like that. Some people react to it more than others, though. Some people can't stand it. It's like, I'm heterosexual, I can't stand gays, you know? Like, how idiotic is that? I've got like pinky colored skin. I can't stand people with black skin. That's a ridiculous, but that's how it is, right? It's people's emotional intelligence. It's um, knowing knowing in ourselves that we are human beings, so we like alignment, we dislike unalignment. But we can deal with it. We can have those feelings of like, you're different than me, but I'm not going to have an emotional reaction to that. Or if I'm having an emotional reaction to that, I'm going to just shut my mouth and not put it on you. Do you know what I mean? So meanwhile, while everyone's sorting that out, people are putting stuff onto us. And so we've got to do the same thing, is check ourselves, check our emotional reactions and go, okay, well, I'm doing the same thing here. I'm having an emotional reaction to someone else's emotional reaction to the difference in me and them, and I'm emotionally reacting to that difference. And yeah, and so we go. So we go. That's how you get yourself out of it. That's how you get yourself back into balance. Strength and courage and go for it. So just keep on going and don't react right back. How does this cowboy feel about me? How does your cowboy feel about you? Yeah. Okay, so asking about the cowboy right now. This isn't, I like this. Empower self and choosing something easier. So pretty much the same path as everyone's been on. We choose hard relationships first until we realize what we're choosing, and then we choose easier. We choose better for ourselves. He's doing that at the moment, empowering himself and choosing something easier. So this is someone that has, yeah, probably been through what we've all been through too, relationships that aren't right for us, and is now making better choices. That's a great sign. Tell us more about this cowboy. Want something deeper and accepting people as they are now. This is good. This is good. This is someone that's developing some kind of a self-awareness or realizing, I don't want to do that again. It could just be at that level, but wanting something deeper. So this could be a slow thing. So for you, Jamie, if this cowboy's going to take it slowly, so don't trip yourself out on that like I've been doing. It's like, why is he taking it so slowly? Why doesn't he make a move on me? Why didn't he just ask me out? And then I remind myself, oh, yeah, it's just because he's taking it slowly, just like I am too. Yeah. Yeah, this is someone that will do that. So be in it for the long term. Go with it. Don't hope for feelings. Especially don't hope for someone that's in their feels and will just jump into it and dive into it, because that is someone that's needy, that's got a hole in themselves, that's on the dating sites and stuff like that. So don't hope for that. So if you question about how do they feel about you, if you were hoping for like they're in love with you, that's a red flag in you. Yeah. Well, that's good. It's different. Go with it. This is saying go with it, Jamie. Slowly, but slowly. To make sure. Keep an ear out for info. Something going on there. Something's that. What's that? Seedles? Not happy, not my imagination. What's that? What's that? What's that? I missed something. Keep working to a deep scratch down my chest. I was surprised this morning. I had a really good night's sleep and I woke up at about 5:30 this morning. I was dreaming. I was in REM sleep, and I remembered the dream as I was waking up. And then I look at my sleep app and it said that I only slept 6.5 hours or something like that. I'm like, that can't be right. I feel like I've had a really good night's sleep. So I look at the chart of it and it's like I fell asleep at 10 o'clock. But then it thought that I was awake at 4 o'clock and I stayed awake. I'm like, I must have been moving in my sleep. because I certainly wasn't awake at 4 o'clock at all. I woke up at 5:30. I got 1.5 hours more than the watch thought I did. You were hoping for should keep in contact still or move on. I would keep in contact still, but I wouldn't place. I'd just let it develop. Keep in contact, let it develop. See where it goes. Yeah, I'm trying to savor this time. That's what I'm trying to do. It's nice. It's really nice. It's like, what's it going to do? It's going to be all awkward and look down. Like yesterday morning, I was stretching with the girls, and he was stretching by himself over near the mirrors. And I placed myself, so I moved myself so that I was facing him, and then I was looking at him. But he would be like, we both do that at the moment. Like, we notice we're looking at each other. Look away. That's what I want next, is because we always used to have so much eye contact, so much. Like if anything happened, we'd look at each other. But now there's something romantic starting between us. We're both like, look away, look away. I woke up yesterday feeling like I hadn't slept at all. I did that the other day when it was the new moon. I like it. Oh, God, I get my sleep. It is special, yeah. It is, and it's so sweet. And it might be the last time I go through this because it just seemed very compatible with me. But I still don't know. I want to know him better, but I don't want to rush this bit either. Because it's more like us getting comfortable. That's what we're doing. We're not really getting to know each other because there's not that much conversation. We're getting comfortable with each other's energy and the possibility of it right now. That's what we're doing. Which is enough, It's enough. It's enough for now. I like him now. I really like him. And he's very attractive, which helps. He's also getting a lot fitter and stronger, and he's sorting out his body composition too. So I've inspired him to do that, obviously. You like seeing him. I was fighting. I like that bit where, because he's teaching me at the moment to do that jumping kick thing, and so I did it. He asked me to do it in that video. It's toward the end. It's like 2/3 through or something like that, and then he showed me how to do it, but I did it at the same time, so he was kind of up in the air, and I kicked him, and so it really sent him flying backward. And I thought that funny. Everyone thought that very funny. It's such a fun thing to do, training together. But yeah, we do need to be in tune with each other to do that, because he goes fast with me. He takes my heart rate up to 160, 150, 160, whereas the other trainers only take me to 140, around that. He goes fast paced with me the whole time. He starts off fast. I've got all the grass of it now because of this watch. The other trainer, he builds up to it. He starts slowly, he slows me down at the start of each round, and then he builds up to crescendo kind of thing, and my heart rate follows that. He's just like, goes in there. It's like, go on. 7 of Wands. Something's coming. What is it? Watching and listening carefully, right? Like a cat. In cats, you don't hear or sense anything, and then suddenly they're like looking out the window. They've heard something, they've sensed something. Watch and listen carefully. Something's coming. Let's read that. Let's read that out of the book. King of Wands is on the bottom of this deck. He's looking up at his emotions. King of Wands steams on into things and claims things, but he's looking up at the moon. His emotions are holding him back. Ooh. 7 of Wands. Seven of Wands comes as a positive reminder that your life is headed in the right direction. You've worked hard. I know what you want. So don't be discouraged by any setbacks that show up along the way. Now, how interesting that then I was looking at this guy here and saying, look at him. King of Wands is usually so full of himself and he steams on in there. This time he's holding back. He's looking at the moon. He's like, oh, I'm feeling. She's healing as well under the moon there. You've worked hard and know what you want, like the King of Wands, right? So don't be discouraged by any setbacks that show up along the way. Feelings. Don't be discouraged by feelings. This may also indicate a time when the momentum of your success will require your personal resolve and courage when dealing with other people. So it's important that you stay strong and assert yourself, and long-term as well. Do not be afraid to speak your truth. This is a very dynamic, energetic time in your life, so remember to celebrate all of your accomplishments as you move forward. Any new projects or ideas that you have will require your attention, planning, and innate skills. You know what you need to do. Wow, success is within reach, so, but you've got to keep going. Right, and when reversed, so this is the energies that are around, right? So let's read the reverse for this one. Seven of Wands may indicate a sense of feeling overwhelmed, judged, or criticized by others. Like I said, it's the feelings. It's the feelings that are getting in the way. So you're tripping yourself out. This is what can trip you up. Trip yourself up by tripping yourself out. If you feel that you've not been able to speak your truth or express yourself freely, so feelings coming up and that's stopping you from being authentic or drawing up a boundary or just speaking what you're feeling to someone. It's important that you stand your ground and remain strong in your convictions. How are you focusing your energy into what makes you happy? You'll need to be clear in your intentions, or else you might find yourself stuck in a state of limbo or indifference, backing off from it. So you've got to feel it and accept those feelings and still move forward. Instead of the cop out. What's the cop out? For me, drink alcohol, numb yourself out, and you give up on it. Because you don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel that anymore. It's uncomfortable. I'll drink alcohol. I will distract myself from it. I'll try and have a relationship with someone else that's just going to be in there straight away. You know, that kind of thing. It's like, don't override the feelings. Stay with them long enough. You see? I know, like on a personal level, this for me, it's like I know that this is where I'm at now, and I wasn't there before. I wouldn't have tolerated this before. I would have caved into my insecurity and tried to push this relationship ahead. I would be like asking him out or asking him why he's not asking me out. I would have tried to push it to get me over my discomfort, or I would have gone to his restaurant and got drunk to try and get over that ledge, get myself over that ledge, so I didn't deal with it. Why? So I didn't deal with it. So I didn't get myself in a healthy relationship, so that I wouldn't say what I needed to say, so that I wouldn't say to him, hey, I've been hurt. I need to take my time. I've got a great life. I'm not giving that up for anyone. We need to get to know each other slowly. I've got this belief that all Thai men are married, and they're lying to me if they say that they're not, because it's happened over and over again. And a lot of them believe that it's okay to cheat too, and I've got that in there too. I've got that belief in there too, and so I'm treading carefully with you. You know what I mean? It's like if we had a conversation like that, I would bring that up now. If I got drunk, I wouldn't. I would be getting drunk to get to bypass it like that. Just said, no bypassing anymore. Sticking with it, with those feelings. King of Wands seems to be doing the same thing here. He's checking himself before he wrecks himself. I've never felt this from this card before, but look at this. He's like, I usually just go and claim it, but I can't. I've got the feels. I've got the feels. Something stopping me. Fears and desire and fears and all of it. It's like, it's too much. I've got to stop. Like, what the hell's this? What's this feeling? What am I feeling? He's got his wand there. And so he's coming in with his wand. But he's stopped and he's looking up. He's looking at his emotions. Oh, I didn't get some of these out. Doing it in a different order today. Who's that? It's Queen of Wands. She knows what she wants. Who's got his wand? She's got her fairy wand thing. And the Queen of Wands. Let's put her up there. So again, they're the ones that take action. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands next to each other there just come out together. The ones that usually take action. The leaders kind of thing. Could be that. This could be about leaders coming together, right? But having to get yourself to that place where you're ready for it. To integrate the feelings and not just be Queen of Wands just piling on in there, and not just the usual King of Wands piling on in there and claiming and just like power over it kind of thing, to ignore the feelings, to get over that nervous stage, that the fears, the vulnerabilities, to get over the vulnerabilities. Star! Ta-da! Wishes! Boom! Wow. Powerful card. Boom. This is healing as well. Wishes and healing. Powerful. This reads powerful. Back. I want to get one more out. Sun's on the bottom of the deck. It does, right? The movement needs choreography. It's this. We've been getting that, right? What was it that I was getting that? It's like a staircase. A little bit up, a little bit up. I remember talking about that in a reading recently, in cafe, I think. Maybe last week. Too long ago. Seven of Wands again. Seven of Wands. Waiting. Oh, look. It's a little mouse. And there's a snake down there. Waiting and afraid. So this, it's like, oh God, is it going to kill me or is it going to love me? Ah, is it going to kill me? Probably. It's a snake. Mouse, don't trust that snake. It wants to eat you. Yeah, and this one, it's not safe. And better that than getting into a relationship that's not safe, right? Finding that out first. Wounds on the bottom of the deck there. Wounds, wounds, wounds. So is it really unsafe, or is it just a wound that's being pushed here? Is it like my beliefs of old-time man and marriage? And if they're telling you they're not, they're lying. Because what? One, two of them, to me personally, have done that. Two of the guys that I've been with, both married, and they told me that they weren't. And I knew to ask them up front, and they both lied to my face. What more can you do than ask them? Now I ask them, I'm like, are you married? And saying no. And if they said, oh, I'm not married, I would continue with that line of interrogation. Are you married and saying no twice to me and getting your friends to lie to me as well? Because that's my experience, right? So that's my wound. Is it a true fear or not? I'm coming round to it not being true about him at all, just because of his behavior now. And it's like, well, I have never seen him with someone. So, yeah, there's that. No children. The other two children, which is a sign. Got to practice the waltz and go with it and not let our fear cause us to quit or steam on in there, push through it, push over it. We've got to go with that flow. It's like, oh, this fear's come up. Well, let's ride this one out. No, they don't get divorced here. You can get divorced here, but they don't. They take it. It's okay. So Thailand is not a third world country. It's a second world country. It's going through that phase. It's beyond. It's really good. Don't get me wrong. It's not. It's nowhere near a third world country, but I used to live in Uganda when it was a third world country, and they were trying to get themselves out of it too. And it goes through this. The countries that are doing that, they go through this process, and as wealth starts coming in, that's what they're trying to do, is build wealth, right, for the country and for the people. As they go through that process, there's a lot of corruption that happens when they're going from that poverty, of course, because most people are bad, and so there's a lot of corruption, right? So with that background, Thailand's doing really well, but relationships, because they've come from poverty, and not necessarily in poverty now, but relationships have been about taking care of each other financially. So the man gets into a relationship and he doesn't leave that relationship. Even if he falls out of love and they're separated and he gets a new wife or he gets a new partner, and they're called gigs, then he doesn't get out of that relationship because he has a responsibility to pay for them and to still provide them a home and stuff like that. And so that is firmly entrenched in them, and that's why they don't get divorced. And so there is some divorce, but it's only with those that are westernized in a way, not really westernized, but have just gone beyond that thing and just unrealized, if you're in an empowered relationship, empowered woman that can make their own money, then they can get divorced. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, it's the same with any country, but that it doesn't make sense to us, right? But I'm getting that now, that it's not necessarily a red flag when they're married. It's a red flag that they're lying to me. Absolutely. Like my ex that I don't want to have a relationship with. He told me straight up, I'm married. But she left me 6 months ago and she's not coming back. And she's giving me freedom. We're not together anymore, but we're still married. He told me straight up, and it's like, that's fair enough. That is fair enough. The other two told me though that they were similar, not married, or yeah, they both told me they're not married, but the it was a pretending. It was a pretending they're actually still with him. Yeah, it's good that there's a sense of responsibility. They've got a strong sense of family here in Thailand. You don't leave people out. Yeah. So I'm coming round to that, but I don't like the lies, and I'm certainly not going to be someone's second. I'm not going to be that. So it's all navigation, and it's like, what is my fear? Is it true? In this case, is it true? Don't know. How can you even find out? Can't ask him. I can't ask anyone else. They'd lie for him. There's no point. There's no point in asking anybody. That's another thing too. My ex said to me, in front of people, in front of friends, he said, "I've never lied to you." And I said, "No, that's true." He was, because he was so honest with me. And then I remembered, you have lied to me because you told me that other guy was single and he's not. He's married, and you knew it. He's like, oh yeah, I have lied to you, but not about me. I've not lied about me. I'm like, yeah, but that's enough. You should have put me first and not him. You shouldn't have lied about him, but they do. So they're in this culture of that, helping each other out to have a relationship because they all know that they deserve love and that they can't get divorced. I think that's why they do it. You're the one who will ask questions 3 islands away to find out the truth. Yeah, you can't do that here by the line. Yeah. It's not good. But still, I know, like it's one thing, it's one reason that I stayed away from him in the first place. I just presumed he was married because I presumed that everyone's married because that's my thing. That's my big block here. I'm attracted to them, but they're all going to be married, so what's the point? I don't think he is. I think I was harsh to do that. It's all about timing, right? A lie's a lie and it taints everything. Yeah, I know. Better not. Better not lie to me. Better he's just quiet like he is now. What are these two cards slipping out for? Justice and the Ace of Swords. Wow. Wow, after what we just said then. Justice and the Ace of Swords. Powerful truth and justice. Wow. Justice. 11. Not numbered. Fairness, balance, ethics, accountability. Damn straight. Because how can you trust someone if they've lied to you? You can't. When justice comes up in a reading, it signifies having a structured balance. Every action has a consequence. The truth will catch up with anyone who's not being honest. And the ones that are showing honesty will be rewarded. It's so true. It's just so true. It's true in business, it's true in relationships, it's true in everything. If you're honest and authentic, you're going to do better. You're going to be rewarded for it. And it might not appear in first, people putting out memes there saying, oh, if you're telling the truth, then that's people that are just, if you're telling the truth, then you get punished for it. They're not people that are telling the truth. They're conspiracy theorists. They're people that are not telling the truth at all. But the truth will catch up with anyone who's not being honest, and the ones that are showing honesty will be rewarded. It's true. It really is true. Especially in relationships, right? Catches up in the end. And that's not just about not telling lies. That is about showing up fully authentic. You can only do that when you know yourself. It's about not getting drunk. About being sober. Like I'm noticing now the importance of me being sober. This has to be a sober relationship. No more cop-outs, no more me pushing myself past the fears or any of it. No more numbing out. Mm-mm. Emma, you're also determining which things are my triggers, yeah, and which things are happening now and should be addressed. Sitting with yourself, remind yourself you're loved. Yeah, it helps. Feeling those feelings and like, is this mine or is this theirs? Is this actually like something that they're doing or am I making it up? Am I making it all up? Because we're complex beings, right? We make a lot of stuff up. We've got imaginations. Sometimes we think those imaginations are intuitions. They need to show the truth, right? You can't believe what they say. They need to show you the truth. Show me who you are, Mr. Handsome. Don't tell me, because I ain't going to believe you. You got to show me. Show me that you're there for me, even when I'm not forthcoming with stuff. Even when I'm tripping out and not feeling very well because I've got on new meds and it's making me struggle to breathe. And I'm not going to pretend that I'm good. Got to be authentic. If there's a time to think logically, right now is that time. Absolutely. Let's stop thinking with our dicks, or thinking with our feelings, thinking with our intuitions, thinking with our imaginations. Let's stop that. We can't do it anymore. And we've got to be truthful in ourselves with that too. There's a lot of, especially in the spiritual community and people that believe in soulmates and twin flames and all of that, there's a lot of self bullshit going on. Imagination and believing in that. If there's a time to think logically, right now is that time. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. So yeah, when we're doing that, we've got to like look at ourselves in the mirrors. When we're getting in our imaginations, or trying to tell ourselves it's our intuition, or we're holding on to someone in the past that's shown us how many red flags, and they're not even forthcoming, and they're not there with us right now. We've got to stop bullshitting ourselves. Look ourselves directly in the eye in the mirror and go, stop thinking with your dick, Claire. Call a spade a spade. Let's tell ourselves that. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Emotions, dick, whatever. This is the time to assess the pros and cons of a situation. Yeah. The best course of action to take is the one that takes much focus and thought. This card can indicate a legal action or court matter. It can do, it's not. Justice will likely prevail. The best course of action to take is the one that takes much focus and thought. Keep it, and sobriety. In my case, and probably in everyone's case, sobriety. Do you get that? I really see it so clearly now, is that my alcohol drinking or any kind of a numbing out thing was either to distract me away from something that was painful, or get me past the pain, to ignore the pain, so that I got myself into something that I really shouldn't have. Every single time. And I'm not going to do that this time. No way. I'm not going to do it this time. Okay, so that's the Justice card. What about the Ace of Swords? New ideas, new beginnings, clear think breakthrough, clear thinking breakthrough, swift communication. When the Ace of Swords comes up in a reading, it can signify a new beginning in the way of intellect and communication. New way of thinking about things, a new way of communicating things from that clarity of ourselves. It's empowerment and having the clarity to, especially being in the moment too, right? Being in the moment, not being in the past, not thinking, oh, well, that person last year had feelings for me. I've got feelings for them. And so I'll hold on forever, even though they're not doing a thing. They're not choosing me. What's going on? Hang on. I nudged my watch and it put it on camera. Sorry about that. Ace of Swords. What was I saying? Yeah, not being in the past, not holding on to things. We've got to see it as a red flag if someone isn't showing up for us right now. That's the difference now. That's what I'm realizing with Mr. Handsome. Sure, he's always been there. It's not always been there though. We've bumped into each other, or we've been riding down the street at the same time, grinning at each other, or we've seen each other, but he's not consistently been showing up for me, and now he is. And it's like, okay, now you want to get to know me, you want to be in the same place as me. Important that he does that. And I ain't gonna do that. I ain't chasing the guy. I'm just not. I'm not. So good for him for doing that. This card may signify mental clarity, like clear thinking and intellectual breakthrough. It can represent making clear decisions and being assertive. Absolutely. This card can also indicate a breakthrough in communication. Better communicate skills. Communication skills. The Ace of Swords may also indicate good news in the way of legal matters, and legal matters going in your direction. These two cards together are so powerful, Justice and Ace of Swords, that they slipped out together like that. Very powerful. I mean, they both got that same energy of clarity, and this is the truth, and this is my truth, and I know it. I ain't just feeling it, I know it. Because it's action. It's wands. King and Queen of Wands. They're the ones that take action on it. Now they're holding themselves back because of feelings, and that's a good thing. So they're trying to balance up the feelings and their action, not just steaming on in there, taking action. Because that's them being red flaggers, right? So we truly do need to be the Empress and the Emperor. Because the rest, if we're the Queen of Swords, then we've got too many boundaries and we're saying no and we're distracting ourselves, right? We're using alcohol to distract ourselves, or numbing out and distracting ourselves. Too in the pain. If the Queen of Cups, we're just too open and receptive and we'll just take anything and just go, oh, you're from Nigeria and you need help? Sure, I'll send you money and you come along. So the Queen of Swords, she's got red flags. Queen of Wands got red flags because she steams on in there. She's the one that has a drink and does it anyway. She just she takes risks. She drinks to get over an inhibition so that she doesn't have to deal with those inhibitions and what it actually means. She gets herself into trouble. She's got red flags. Now, the Queen of Pentacles, she's stable. What are her red flags? Anyone? What are the Queen of... Yeah, what's her red flags? I need your help on this one. What is the Queen of Pentacles? Red flags, because she's stable. I can find out. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. What are her red flags? Because I'm very much Queen of Pentacles now, and I need to know this. She's ungrounded, shallow, jealous, unstable, impractical, and disloyal. So, okay, her red flags are like, if you haven't got this job or that job, or I'm stable and then like you need to have a certain amount of money, that kind of thing. When the Queen of Pentacles is reversed, it can indicate you, yeah. She's not stable in finances or things that involve money. She may be a bit possessive or jealous with romantic endeavors and friendships. Okay, this is a red flag, yeah. So she's looking for someone that's got a certain amount of stuff. She's unstable. Or she's trying to be stable. She's trying to be the stable force for anyone. It could be that too. She's trying to keep the plate spinning for everyone, be the stability, be the strong one. Always has to be the strong one for people. It could be that too. She could be very hard to be around most times, to have to force a relationship. Is that she forces the relationship? She's the one that like drinks alcohol to get herself to take that action. So she's kind of strong and pushes through. New friends and people intrigued by her independent ways, but soon turn away from a lack of care or negative gossip. Right. Yeah, she's got a lot of red flags, doesn't she? Be closed off from emotion and thinking too seriously. Yeah. Thinking is too much from the mind, isn't it? That's what it is. It's too much from the mind. So overthinking things. It's like, oh, they're good on paper. I will get myself in a relationship with them and force them into it. That's the Queen of Materials. Oh, that's certainly not me. So, what do we need to be? We need to be the Empress. We need to have integrated all the queens in ourselves, the positive aspects of the queens. Notice the negative aspects of the queens within ourselves and dealt with that to a certain level that it doesn't run our stories anymore. And then find an emperor that's done the same thing or is doing the same thing. That's all. That's all we need to do. We can do that, right? Guys are certainly telling us how to do that, I think. Okay, let's get some more out. Where can this possibly go from now? It's been a lot of information already. training. Oh God, don't fall off. In training. 5 of Wands. In training for what? Feelings like to be loved, to be fulfilled, heart full of stuff, ready for a new journey. We're in training at the moment. Let's put you guys over there. So we're practicing. This is practice, 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 practice. That indicates to me that some of us have got more lesson relationships to do first. Oh, you got in Nigeria. I just delete all that crap. I get all kinds of stuff because I've got my email address on my website. I get every day, a lot of crap. Never read any of it. So we're going to start a new journey. Oh, King of Wands again. I used to be so attracted to the King of Wands, right? He was my man, the King of Wands. Still am. But I need him to be the Emperor. Now. Unsure, awakening, finding out. Unsure of the choice. We'll find out, we'll awaken to it in time. This is about this. Watch and listen carefully to ourselves and to what other people are showing us as well, and move forward slowly, awakening. You don't need to make a decision. You don't need to intuitively know that someone's right. That is just a red flag right off the bat. Is this person my soulmate, my twin flame? Is this like the right one for me? Well, it could be, it might not be. It just depends on whether you're doing this work, whether you're getting healthy enough to be in an unhealthy relationship. It could be anyone, really. It could be anyone. This is what I'm realizing. I'm less and less believing in the twin flame and even the soulmate thing now. This compatibility, yes. And the more you know yourself, the more unique you realize that you are, the more likely you're going to pick. And there's not many of them around, right? You're going to pick someone that's compatible with you. I remember I had dreams about it a few years ago. It was someone else that was in my dream. But we'd go for runs together, and in my dream, and he would be done, and I would say, I've still got more energy left. I'm going to go around again. I need that. That's why it's the King of Wands. It's the one that takes action. I need someone that can do the healthy stuff with. Before, I was doing the unhealthy stuff with people. I was doing the healthy stuff by myself and then going and having relationships with that unhealthy people. It's two people willing to put in the work, choosing each other. Got a fairy behind me. It's my watch. Choosing each other consciously, getting into it, putting the effort in. Yes, it is. It's about that. That's what makes a relationship. Up until then, we're finding out about ourselves and healing ourselves, and even in the relationship, we're doing that too. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. So there's not many. So we've got this soulmate twin flame thing because there's not many that are really, really aligned with us like that. When we really know ourselves, not many available. But when we choose that right one that's got the right mix for us, then we need to be healthy enough and they need to be healthy enough to choose each other and to do it right. You have someone you interact with in your dream state. So that we can get the practice in our dream state instead of picking up baggage in crappy relationships. So we don't need to decide beforehand. We don't need to know. You don't need the reading saying, yes, this is the one. They show you whether they are or not. You just awaken to it. So step by step awakening to it. They're being this, they're doing that, they're saying that, they're showing up. can't tell you how important it is that he is training with me now. It's so important. He needed to start showing up every day where I am, and that's the only place that I'm at. Otherwise, he hangs out in the supermarket waiting for me to go and buy veggies every other day. He knows where I'm at. And now he's showing up. It's very important that he does that. Even if he can't look me in the eye very much anymore, it's very important that he does that. It's this awakening. It's we're moving toward a decision. And it might not. We might not. We might not say yes to each other. It might not eventuate, but this is very interesting, and I'm seeing it's really healthy progression too. I would like it to be. Like, we want to have hope, you know? Hope that this is it. Be kind of nice to have someone on the island, someone that wants to live here, someone that's already chosen to live here, because I choose this place. I don't want to move anywhere else, especially not now, but I don't even want to move anywhere else. So, finding out, awakening, finding out. You don't need to know beforehand. Don't need a reading to say, yes, this is the one, go for it. It's just like, just be in it. Like, it's like someone had a mini, didn't they? And it says, like, go, who was that? Go with it. Just go with it. Just follow that path. The cowboy, Jamie. It's that. Carry on. Carry on finding out. Carry on finding out. Carry on finding out. You don't need to know beforehand. Because if I said, no, not the one, you're missing out on all of the lessons, all of getting to know yourself even more, your red flags, stuff like that, you know? And if you don't want to miss out on that. And if I say they're the one, then you might steam on in there. Or worse, hold out for them when they're not choosing you, when they've said no to that path. Very much resonating with what you're saying about relationships. Holding out for the one that's on the same path, yes, and committed to themselves. That's it. I've been saying it over and over again. Once you get that self-love thing and the empowerment, you wouldn't choose anyone that's not like that. You wouldn't. You recognize it in people who are the healthy people who are doing the self-love. You can recognize it because they ain't doing those things. They're not on Tinder. They're not doing those. They're not doing all those things. They're doing healthy stuff. And you can recognize it in their energy and then take it slow. Let them show you they're committed to you, to the path. You're right, it's to the path. Well said, Anna. Virgo. Cool, welcome. Come to our Facebook group, everyone, as well, if you're not in there already. It's called Psychic Cafe. No muggles allowed. There's a link to it in the description box for this video. I'm excited. You know, it's not even... Oh, I'm excited for this relationship if we do choose. But I'm excited to be doing this and to be with you guys going through this as I'm going, because this is really powerful information, isn't it? And if it's not for me for this time, it's for me for next time, and it's for all of you guys too. I'm very happy to be going through this and sharing it with you. It's important, isn't it? It's important information. It's like the hardest thing in the world, isn't it? Relationships. Has been for me. Ooh, look who's on the bottom of the deck. The Emperor. Phoenix. The Phoenix and the Ram behind him. Yeah, it's because Aries, right? But the Phoenix has been through transformation. Here's another sign too. They're fulfilling their own wishes, their fulfillment. They're going for their fulfillment. They're doing it for themselves. The nines, to me, it's always about someone doing it, a single person themselves. Are they happy? Are they doing the self-love thing? Are they fulfilling themselves? Are they happy alone? Or are they on Tinder? That's someone that's not happy, right? So what are they doing? Check them out. What are they doing? I want one more. The Seven of Pentacles. Patience and working, putting the work in, not the instant stuff. The instant ones, the Tinder, all of that, or the ones that just want to go on a date and then they're like, why aren't you sleeping with me? No. The ones trying to rush it, the ones that want an instant thing, they're not in it. They're not choosing it. If they're choosing it, they're doing it slow. They're actually choosing it. They're getting, oh, it's so sweet. He parks his bike right next to mine, like so close that you can't get them apart without moving them. Do you know what I mean? But he parks like that, and then so that when he goes to his bike and he leaves his stuff in his bike, so when he goes to his bike, he has to like hold my bike and lean over the top. It's like he's put our bikes together already. Our bikes are in a relationship already. I notice every time he does it, it's significant. He's already put us together there, just with our bikes. Sweet. And I'm not frustrated about him not doing it instantly either. I don't want to rush it. I don't. I really don't. That's new for me. Reflection and diligence, says the Dawn of Rings here. Yes, we've got to reflect and be diligent, and we've got to take it slow, and we've got to like be conscious about it. It's like it's so refreshing because it's like this time it's someone that is actually taking the care to do it right. That's big. It's someone that's choosing me. It's someone that's choosing me. For him to be so attracted to me like that and not be trying to speed on them, that is huge. Yeah, it is. Wow. Seven of Wands. Persistence and conviction. There you go. That's how you know they persist. It's because they've got conviction. Are they sure that it's going to work out? No. Am I sure it's going to work out? No. But we're both in it, even though it doesn't seem like we are. We are. And it's kind of obvious to both of us anyway. I don't think it's obvious to anyone else yet. That are around us. I don't think anyone's noticed yet. Although I think his family know about it, and I think his best friend knows about it too, from what I heard yesterday. Yeah, those that take that care and that time, they're showing healthy. They're showing that they're healthy enough to do that anyway. They're showing a certain amount of health. They're showing green flags is what they're doing. Showing green flags, showing I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm taking it slow, I'm keeping myself safe. It's keeping itself safe from me too. I get that. Of course he's going to have had his heart broken. And I'm scary. They were talking about it yesterday. Someone was going to the fridge, and the other one, he was watching me being trained by the other trainer, and the other guy that was training me, Srin, his name is, he turned around to help someone choose the right water from the fridge or something. I don't know what he was doing, but then so he gave me a bit of a break, and when I've got a bit of a break, like 5 seconds break, you've seen how fast they train me. When I've got a bit of 5 seconds break, I've got a lot more power after that little break because I've had a breather and stuff. My muscles, I'm back on the fast twitch muscles again. So I'm more powerful. So he turns around, gets me to do a kick, and it was really strong. Like it was a really strong kick. And they both, like it made a big noise. And they both were taken aback, and then they were laughing, saying that I would be scary to children. And that was him, that was Mr. Handsome saying that. I'd be scary to children. You see where his mind goes to? He's collecting information. We're both collecting information on each other at the moment. I hope he's not watching this. I don't think he is. Maybe he is. Oh, no, I don't want to even think about that. I don't even want to think about that. He's not online much. That's healthy. See all these little signs, you know? He's not on his phone all the time. He's not online all the time. You can see. See, he's not on Facebook all the time. Beautiful uncaging. Let it. You know, before that, and even at the start of this one as well, I was thinking, am I being too shut down? Am I, there's something wrong with me. I'm not opening up fast enough. And it's quite the opposite. It's the slow uncaging of the heart, protecting ourselves, protecting ourselves, loving ourselves properly, protecting the inner child, making sure that they're safe. A beautiful uncaging, but it's slow and bearing fruit. Giving it time to bear fruit. The patience again, where was that? Seven of Pentacles. Taking time. Planted those seeds. You don't expect to get the fruit straight away. You plant the seeds and you nurture the environment. That's what that card is all about. When's it going to bear fruit? Sometimes in the future, if you're tending to it, it's going to bear fruit in the future, or it won't. Something will happen to it and it won't. Because you're protecting yourself. He's not. He's working right now. He's working. He's training people. With me tomorrow morning. I also like the way we've got a new TRX at the gym, and both me and him have been doing stuff on it, and then Serin's been watching us, and then Serin's getting other people to do that. And the first day that we got it, I did some stuff on it, and then Mr. Handsome asked him, has anyone done anything on it? He said, yeah, Claire's done this on it, and she did this. And he's like, right. And so then we both started trying different things on it, like push-ups and stuff like that. He did a few push-ups. Right, here you go. The TRX, the wall structure is such that you can only fix some things like that on the wall where in a proper structural position, which is where there's a pillar a couple of meters away from it. So, and he went straight away from it to do a push-up or something, and the pillar was there, and he was almost giving up. And then Serin said to him, just go at an angle. And his reaction to that wasn't deep shame or beating himself up. He laughed at himself. It just laughed at himself, and he's like, oh yeah, silly me. And then went at an angle. It's stuff like that, It's when you see things like that, that's the information that is like, you didn't freak out. You see them, how they are around other people in certain situations, and it's like, well, he didn't go into a rage, he's not a narcissist. What the hell? Yeah, so informative, just watching, noticing healthy behaviors. Yeah. Independence. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, the more freestanding you become. Got to protect that inner child. Help me feed and love this inner child, dear Lord. It's about protecting the inner child. Being independent, but kind of open, but not too open. Not open in an unhealthy way. I like it. Someone in the wrong room. Yes. Bye. Okay. No, it's not it. I'm almost finished. I just want to get one of these. I think it came up in a dream to use these cards. What? I got rid of him. They might have both fallen asleep. It's okay. I've got this. Usually Timothy is our bouncer. Sweet. Milk and honey. Sweet. Sweet. It's the good things in life. It's milk and honey. Elephant's playing in it. And a bowl of cereal. Oh, it looks more like a latte, doesn't it? Milk and honey is the good things in life. I don't have the book to this. I would read it out, but it's all the nice things in life, the fulfillment. And it's like, at last I made it. Oh, do you think I am this time? I don't know. Am I? Is it this one? I keep on getting the yes. It's all right, Christine. I handled it. Is it? Yes. I don't believe it. I still need information. I'm not going to take it on the crystal. I'm not. I keep on asking, and I do readings, and it all seems very positive. But it's not about that. It's not about me getting for the go ahead with my guides. I know because I'm doing the right thing. I know because he's doing the right thing. I know because I'm comfortable with his progression. I know because he's showing me healthy things. I'm taking it day by day, and it's like, yes, I'm proceeding today. I'm looking for green flags and looking for red flags, or just all of it. If you're in the mood, you'll engage the trolls and have a bit of fun. Yeah, me too sometimes, but yeah, sometimes. There you go. Thanks everyone for coming along. Isn't that powerful? What shall I call today's show? Wow, it's like a relationship masterclass today, don't you think? I'm happy. Like I said, I'm so happy to be going through this, and it appears all the readings are about me at the moment, but it's not. It's for everyone. But I'm happy. I'm really happy to be sharing this. To be doing this show, to be able to share it as I'm going through it. Do you know what I mean? Because I won't remember it. I won't remember all of these different stages that I'm going through to even talk about it later, to write a book about it. That's coming. I know it's coming. The healing path to your soulmate. That book is coming. I wasn't ready to write that. I think that soon I'm going to be able to write that book, and at least I'll be able to watch these back, you know, to realize where I was at, the stages of the way. Thanks everyone. Let's do this again on Friday. Thank you, Melissa. I can feel it. I can feel me progressing. So much happier than I've ever been. I haven't had a healthy relationship before. It's kind of exciting. So, Sewell, I'm going to be recording the weekly reads for each star sign today. I better get on with it. Bye.